All right. I think we're live. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome back to the session. Yeah, I think we're good to go. This is the last one for the day, the 6 p.m. session. We've been going through some setups. It's been a slow day today. It hasn't been a good trading day today. So we're gonna see what we can expect for the rest of the week. All right. CPI data tomorrow that's coming out. Bank of Canada interest rates announcement. Bank of Canada. So yeah, so there's just a few important news releases for this week. All right, so let's go through the setups we spoke about. The dollar did not play out, but I'm gonna start with the DXY. So the DXY seems to have picked up. All right, seems to have picked up. We have created a low. We spoke about this morning. We spoke about the DXY pushing, towards the upside. So it retraced first, and now it seems like it has started to push. That's why the GBP USD, Euro USD went down. So those ones did not play out. All right. So then we're gonna have a look at some dollar strength. If you look at the Euro USD, I'm out on this one. Unfortunately, didn't play out. I'm out. GBP USD also, I'm out on this one. Did not really play out. All right. So with the DXY, if we look at the DXY, just to go back to the structure. All right. So according to structure, the DXY is preparing to go up. Right. It's preparing to make its way back to the previous high. So we're looking at 101.7 where we could reach sometime this week, if of course things don't change. All right, at the moment this is a bullish structure. So the impulse, we just left with one more impulse to go. And then we'll be reaching that top. All right. So yeah, so for at least for the week ahead, that's what we're looking at on the DXY. Provided that the CPI doesn't change this outlook, doesn't change things entirely. All right. So going back, let's see. Right. So we're gonna leave out. In fact, let's start with the commodities. Let's start with the commodities. All right. So gold has gone back down to that low. It has gone back down to that low. There's a possibility that gold can come back down to this low, all the way down here, right? Since it's trading overall in this descending structure here, right? There's a possibility we're gonna see it coming back down, all the way down to this low. All right. So the internal cycle is done. The bigger cycle is the one that's forming right now. So one more push back down to these lows, and then we'll come back and see what it's gonna do. So if you find your setups, all right, there will be a trade towards the downside if you find your setups. We're looking at silver as well, right? Silver should be making its way back down to this low, and if it breaks this low, we should be coming back down to this low because of the bigger structure and cycle here, right? So yeah, so these ones are still still more pressure towards the downside on the commodities. So we'll see if during tomorrow's CPI we're still gonna get a push on gold to the downside. All right, silver as well, one more push towards the downside. So that's how the commodities are looking this evening. All right, so since the dollar has gained its strength, then obviously Euro USD is likely going to push down, right? So Euro USD, according to the pattern, anticipated this to go back to that high there, and then from there come back down. So as it looks right now, we still have this demand zone, right? If it breaks this demand zone, we're likely going to push back down to this low. So we are looking at if it breaks that demand zone, we're going to come back down to this low. If not, then it will do something else. We'll see what it will do. All right. According to this pattern, the anticipation was that we're going to go back to that high, but it doesn't seem like we're going to do that anymore. So waiting to see what's going to happen on this low. A break and retest of this. We are coming back down to this low here. So that's going to be a short coming back down to that low. All right, which means GBP USD is most likely going to do the same as well. Right, it's most likely going to break. I spoke about the GBP USD that for the buy that we spoke about earlier, I would favor the Euro USD because of where it is, where GBP USD is right now. All right, so definitely a continuation down, one more push towards the downside here. All right, it was already started to push down, so we're looking for one more push towards the downside. It's already on the low though. It's already on the previous low, so it needs to break this previous low. It needs to break that previous low. Let me quickly do this. All right. Yeah. So it needs to break that. So for as long as the dollar, the DXY goes up, then we are still going with the dollar strength. All right. So let me go back. There we are. All right. So the AUD JPY is still running. The AUD JPY is still running. There's been little volume today, right? Still running. So that one is still looking for a push towards the upside. All right. I spoke about GBP JPY as well. So GBP JPY, look at what it did. It came back to tap this zone again, right? It is only Euro JPY that is a bit of a wild card, but GBP JPY came back to tap this low as anticipated. So from here we are looking for a push towards the upside. Yeah, we're looking for a continuation towards the upside. So GBP JPY, one more push. AUD JPY also one more push towards the upside. Euro JPY is the one that is a bit of a wild card. It hasn't changed anything though. It hasn't changed anything, just that it is still correcting, it is still retracing. All right, so once the retail, we'll see how this one will look tomorrow, right, for some upside. So GBP JPY, we're looking for some upside there. All right. Let me do, yeah, Euro JPY, this one is, don't expect this one to materialize today, right, or tonight. Don't expect this one to materialize tonight. It still needs to complete this move, but we are watching the zone carefully. All right. So this one will just keep it on the side together with CAD JPY. CAD JPY, in fact, it's starting to break. All right. It's starting to break. The daily candle has broken above this zone, has not closed as yet. It has broken above this zone so far. So it's starting to break. Just gonna give it a bit of time. A day or two. All right. So Euro pound, we're waiting for this to come back down one more time. Has not broken out of this. We're waiting this to come back down one more time. This area is your 161.8 FIB extension. And then CAD JPY, just looking for that push there. All right. So in terms of the setups we spoke about today, this is how they are moving. we are still looking at AUD/JPY. We are still looking at AUD/JPY. All right. Let me look at this. Yeah, so looking at NZD/USD and AUD/USD, AUD/USD, we are looking for a lower high, right? So the way the structure is here, overall the structure is bearish. All right, this is the bigger structure, all right? So overall it is bearish. So what it's doing right now, it is, we can say it's creating a correction or consolidation, but looking at what price is doing now, we're looking for a lower high and a continuation towards the downside. So looking for a lower high and a continuation towards the downside. We also have the internal structure there. All right. So this is from the weekly time frame. So now if you drop to your lower time frame, this is how it's looking, right? There's a possibility. Let me first go back to the weekly, right? We have this zone here, right? So we may see it still push a bit towards the upside, just a little bit towards the upside. And looking at this FIP, so just looking at this FIP here, so that 50% of the Fibonacci, that's where it is. I mean, not where it is, but that's where we are looking for like a reaction around that zone, right? Around the zone. We still have the bigger structure. We've got the bigger structure like this, descending structure. Went a bit towards the downside, gave us a new low. So it's correcting, just like this correction here. It is correcting at the moment. So watching out for a test on that 50, right? This zone between 50 and 61.8, watching out for the test there before we continue the momentum towards the downside, right? So looking for this push down, one more push towards the downside. So yeah, so we will be keeping a very close eye on this one, right? It's still testing this area, this weekly zone, still testing this weekly zone. So within the zone, we're looking for a continuation towards the downside. So it's gonna be one of those where we're gonna be waiting for them, looking for that swing towards the downside. All right, we're gonna be waiting for it. This is gonna be the same with basically the CAD/JPY, right? Looking for that swing there. Euro GBP also looking for that swing. It's gonna be basically the same. Yeah, it's gonna be basically the same. And then you've got AUD/USD. AUD/USD seems likely to be, I think this one seems like it's coming back down to this low, right? I mean, it's been trading in a descending structure, right? There's a nice channel towards the downside. So this is the trend now we are looking at. All right. So that 0.683, that's where we're anticipating price to push down to. All right. So at the moment, there's a correction forming at the moment, right? After price rejected that high, this high here. After price rejected this high, in fact, it's this high and this high. There, right? We've got a rejection of these highs. There, right? So kind of like your bigger double top, kind of like your bigger double top. So price is reversed from that area there. So this descending structure here, this downward structure, this is the one we are looking at. This is the one we are looking at. All right. I don't think it's ready yet to go down. or it could be ready looking at the fact that it already tapped that high. So in a structure like this, right, every time the market taps these highs in a corrective structure like this, right, these highs are setting up for a drop. So now we have tapped that high there, right? So we want to see if the market is going to drop where it is. If not, it's going to go back to tap this high again before it drops. That's how it behaves every time it creates these patterns, right? That's how it behaves. So we want to see from this high, is it going to start pushing towards the downside, at least short term at least, back down to this low, right? Back down to this low short term. However, it can also just go all the way down, resume the bigger structure, right? So we are basically looking for this option here, right? But we also have the short-term option of price coming back down to that low. But the one we're looking for is this one. All right. So if this is the high, if this is a high that price created, then we should be breaking out of this. If there's the high, right? We should be breaking out of this to resume the trend, or at least maybe come back down to these lows right here. Come back down to these lows at least. Yeah. But overall, we're looking for a continuation. So NZD, or rather AUD USD, another one here. I mean, the structure has already turned bearish, right? It has already turned bearish. Let's see. This was today. This is today's price action. Yeah, this is today's price action. All right. So with the dollar strength, this is what we're looking at. All right. One more drop on AUD USD, NZD USD, another drop. So just looking for price to tap this zone. This is the weekly zone here, right? Looking for price to tap that zone, giving us a continuation back down to that low. AUD USD also back down to that low. And then when you look at your USD Swiss, I've been in this position since last week, sometime there, right? I've been in this position and it's going back to this high. So there's nothing for us on this one. It's already gone. All right. However, USD CAD, there's something brewing on USD CAD. All right. So USD CAD comes from these lows. It came from these lows, right? Went all the way up to that high. So this formation is done. So from here on, we want to see if it will give us a break, retest, and one more push up. That's what we want to see, because the move to the upside back to that high, it's already done. So this move is already done. All right. So here it seems like there's a correction which could give us one more push up. This is the CAD. So I think, it's basically awaiting what's this? It's basically awaiting the CAD interest rates. Right? Which is tomorrow or Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. We'll have a look. It's Wednesday, right? But structurally, this should be setting up for a continuation up, right? Back to its previous high. Should be setting up for that. Let's put it. Let me just see the daily. Yeah, the situation here would be to get a break and a continuation up. That would be the situation, right? To get a break and then a continuation back to these highs. That would be the situation. So whatever happens here, looking for a higher low around these zones. Looking for a higher low around these zones. Right? And then looking for a push towards the upside. So USD Swiss is already gone. It's already gone. There's nothing we can do on this one. USD CAD and USD JPY. And USD JPY. Yeah, USD JPY has resumed its move to the upside. Let me do this. So it's coming back to this high. It's going back to that high. All right, just a few more pips to go. So with this one here, we already have a higher low that formed right here. Right, and then price proceeded towards the upside, came back to tap this structure one more time. Right, came back to tap the structure one more time. So this another higher low here, right, for a continuation up. There we go. So it came back to tap this low. So now from here on, we should be pushing towards the upside. All right, so USD JPY has already gone up. We'll see if you guys find your setups there. All right, but one more push back to that high there. That's a long hold. Yeah, that's a swing trade. Right, this is a swing trade. GBP JPY, a swing trade as well. A swing trade. All right. CHF JPY, let's see. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, CHF JPY is in no man's land. It's in no man's land. Let's see. So CHF JPY obviously is ranging here, right? It's just ranging. But I'm noticing the internal structure. The internal structure has gone bearish, which is this one here. It has gone bearish. So with the internal structure here, right? With the internal structure should be pushing price back down to this low. Yeah. Right. So Swiss yen, right, according to the structure, should be coming back down to this low. All right. Yeah, should be coming back down to that low. So this is how it's looking now. Yeah, should be coming back down to this low. So the trend has resumed. The lower high has formed. The lower high has formed, right? So there's a trend continuation. And the last lower low is here. So we're going back to this low. If it breaks this low, then it's going back to this low. It's going back to this low. Yeah. So one more push back to that low there. This is how it's looking. That's CHF JPY. I think it's a good setup though. I think it's a good setup. Let me just see. Yeah, yo. If the next candle can just pull back, right? If the next candle can just pull back, then I would look at shorting this. You see where it is right now. This candles are very aggressive, right? It hasn't closed as yet. So I would want this candle to close. The next one that's going to pull back, I would want to get in on that one. That's going to pull back. For a short is very good for a short. Yeah. So Swiss yen, yeah, is still bearish. It's coming back down to this low. There. And this is because of the Swiss, right? But if you look at the other JPY pairs, they are still bullish. USD JPY bullish. AUD JPY should be bullish as well, should start moving. GBP JPY looking for a continuation up. So yeah, CAD JPY, you know, looking for an impulse break, retest, and a continuation up. Euro JPY, we'll see how this will look tomorrow, right? It's still just have not completed. It has not completed basically the correction. So we'll see, because the structure is bullish on this one. So Swiss yen, one more push down. One more push down. All right. So this is how things are looking for the day. A slow day. I don't like trading on a Monday, right? What I would do is I would just wait for the Monday reaction and whatever to finish. And from Tuesday, that's when I start to look for my setups. All right. So yeah. So we're going to continue again tomorrow, right? We do have the CPI tomorrow. So just before the CPI, we'll see what the markets are doing. And then yeah, we'll take it from there. But this is how things are looking. For as long as the dollar continue to strengthen, then we're going to obviously get USD CAD looking for a break towards the upside. NZD USD, a push down. AUD USD, a push down. And then silver also should be going down. Your USD Swiss up. Yeah, and then GBP USD, Euro USD are going to push down. They are pushing down now. So they're going to push down. All right. So this is how things are looking. All right. A Monday. We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen tomorrow. All right. So yeah, so this is how things are looking, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's the evening now, so let us do this again tomorrow. All right. So just a quick wrap up. Yeah. All right. Guys, have a good one. Enjoy. We'll catch you guys again tomorrow morning. Yep. Cheers, guys.